Hello to all my college football fans and friends out there. Welcome to another sports edition of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. My friends, sit back, relax. College football still a little ways away, but Buckeye Vinny here will be bringing college football to all of you. So today's video, and it's going to be an interesting one, and it's going to be about the Georgia Bulldogs and Coach Kirby Smart. And what is the overall outlook for the Georgia Dogs in 2026? Now, we're talking about a Coach Kirby Smart team that last season finished a very impressive 12 wins, only 2 losses. We're talking about a Kirby Smart team that now has went back-to-back winning the SEC Conference Football Championship title. They did it in 2024. Beating Texas in overtime, and they did it just last season, demolishing the Alabama Crimson Tide 28-7. Can they three-peat? We shall see. But, for me, we're talking about a Georgia Dogs football team that will be returning 17 starters this fall. Wow. It's a lot of players coming back, my friends. Very impressive. We're talking about starting quarterback Gunnar Stockton, and I thought Gunnar did a really nice job managing this Dogs offense last season in 2025. Gunnar completed 70% of his passes for nearly 2,900 yards, 24 touchdown strikes, only 5 interceptions in 14 games. My friends, that really spoke volumes to me, that this young man just really didn't turn the football over. And let's not forget, led the team with 10 rushing touchdowns. So he accounted for 34 of the Georgia Bulldogs touchdowns last season. Tremendous job by Gunnar. And then when you look that the fierce power rushing attack of the Georgia Dogs will be returning 2 splendid running backs. Nate Frazier led the team last season with 947 yards rushing and 6 rushing touchdowns. And Chauncey Bowens, 526 yards rushing, also 6 rushing touchdowns, and a very impressive 5.2 yard per carry average. Skilled set position players, Isaiah Canyon will be back, very talented wideout, 33 grabs last season, 480 receiving yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns. And big, strong, quick tight end, Lucky Lawson, 24 grabs, 348 receiving yards, and 3 touchdown grabs. So, my friends, you factor in these players on offense coming back. But then when you look at the defensive side of the ball and the players coming back, Ellis Robinson IV led the team with 4 interceptions in that secondary. Always tough safety KJ Bolden led the team with 76 tackles as a safety and 2 interceptions. Defensive end Gabe Harris, 6.5 tackles for loss last season. Nose tackle Jordan Hall. Now, my friends, these are all-star defensive players for the Georgia Dogs that are coming back in 2026. Very, very impressive. And then when you look at Raylan Wilson, 74 tackles last season, second on the team, and 2.5 sacks by Wilson. The sky's the limit if you're a Dogs fan for 2026. That's all I'm going to say. Let's not forget linebacker Chris Cole. He did a tremendous job last season. And Quintavious Johnson, 35 tackles and 3 quarterback sacks last season in 2025. So, my friends, you look at this team, they will be returning right guard Dontrell Glover, big kid, 6'3", 320. Offensive tackle Ernest Green also will be returning. This young man goes 6'4", 310. And center Drew Bobo. Drew is one of the best centers in Division I college football, and he will be returning. So, my friends, I look at this team. They're going to be very strong on offense, okay? They're going to be very strong on defense, and let's not forget, their defense really stepped it up towards the end of the season, okay? Before they faced off with Ole Miss in the playoffs, Georgia was only giving up in their last 4 games 28 points in their last 4 games. My friends, that comes out to just 7 points per game average that they were giving up in their last 4 games of the year, minus the game against Ole Miss in the playoffs. Now, we all know that did not go their way. I did think that Georgia was right there, that they should have beaten Ole Miss Rebels in the playoffs, but unfortunately, they did not. They lost that no-biter. I think it was 39-34, something like that. It was a very good football game. But nonetheless, we're talking about Coach Kirby Smart. Anytime a team can return 17 starters this fall in 2026, good things are going to happen without a doubt, my friends. You just look at this team and you just see how this team is going to mature. Anytime you could bring back your starting quarterback from a year ago, that is always a benefit. And then you're bringing back 2 of the top running backs in the country, Nate Frazier and Chauncey Bowens. My friends, Nate Frazier is the speedy one. Chauncey Bowens is the power running attack. But I got to tell you, you mix Frazier and Bowens together in that backfield, great things are going to happen. Okay, we're talking about a Georgia team last season that averaged 205 rushing yards a game, thanks to Frazier and Bowens. So, my friends, look for offensive coordinator Mike Bobo to continue pounding the rushing attack down the opponent's throats. And, I like Mike Bobo's philosophy, okay? And I like his game plan coming into a game. He loves to establish the rushing attack. And I've said this 100 times. By establishing the rushing attack early and often in the football game, that only opens up Gunnar Stockton's passing attack. And let's not forget, Gunnar Stockton is a dual threat quarterback. So when you can get him freely throwing the football to some really good wideouts, okay, and then when you could get him confusing the defensive side of a football and the opponents, because now they're not sure if Gunner's just going to take off with his legs and gain anywhere from 8 to 10 yards. Once again, he led the Dawgs with 10 rushing touchdowns last season as the quarterback. So, my friends, good things are going to happen. I look at this team. Last season they had a good offense. I wouldn't say they had an explosive offense, but they had a good offense. They averaged something like 33 points a game. Defensively, they gave up a stingy 15.3 points per game. Their defense, like I mentioned, really came on strong. I mean, when you can hold a Alabama football team to just 7 points in the SEC conference, that spoke volumes to me, okay, that they held them in check the entire game. So, my friends, good things are going to happen if you're a Georgia Bulldog, without a doubt, a fan. I look at Coach Kirby Smart, always a very good, consistent coach for the Dogs. I know the fans love the guy, and how can you not? He produces a winner every single year. He is now looking to attempt a 3 SEC Conference Championship title game winning by attempting to win 3 in a row, capturing the SEC Conference Championship. And that's going to be, if he could do that, that's going to speak volumes for me. A team that finished last season 12-2 and 17 starters are coming back. My friends, I'm going to tell you, this is a team you have to keep your eye on, because this is a team that realistically can get to the national championship in 2026. You heard it right here. My friends, if you haven't yet subscribed, please click on that subscribe button. Buckeye Vinny here would appreciate that. If you like this video, which how can you not, please click on the like button. Like always, please check out Super Thanks. Any donation to the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show is appreciated. And my friends, not only do I love to read your comments, but I love to get back to every comment that I do read. So please comment down below where you see the Dogs in 2026. Can they three-peat as SEC Conference champions? We shall see. And can they get back to the almighty national championship in 2026? We shall see. Like always, my friends, click on this face right up here to subscribe. And until next time, keep on watching, keep on subscribing, and keep on liking. Peace out. God bless you all. Stay safe. Until next time, Buckeye Vinny is out of here.